like
Well,
that.
next
Make you
time.
work
You're
for
making
10 minutes
stand.
here. Stand up. Stand up.
Dear,
You know
tough
what?
crowd.
You bring this amazing line to us here at QVC called Vionic with Orthaheel. And what I think got everybody, just as with me, into the brand to begin with,
Yes.
Yeah.
is that nowhere on this earth can you really find a flip-flop style shoe, an open summertime style shoe, where you have the ability to wear it with a built-in orthotic, because notoriously you cannot wear an orthotic
Can I
shoe
just,
like
let's just do a
this.
quick comparison
Okay.
there.
Yes,
just while we're
please
You
here.
know,
do.
Liam, I like my $5 flip-flop day.
Well,
Woo, $5 flip-flop day.
There's Pat's $5 flip-flop special right
Yeah.
there. There's no support there
Yeah.
whatsoever. Look at the difference. Look at the contrast there with that fantastic
Beautiful.
archboard versus the
You know that
the
$5
Pat
flip-flop?
Dimitri- Yeah, $5.
Someone steps on the back, it rips off,
That's
or
right.
you have to wear Band-Aids for an entire week afterwards, and you
Exactly.
go,
It's
ridiculous.
Okay, I'm done.
You're
I'll
done.
get that back
I
for
actually
you.
need that later too for the
This
demo, but
could change your life. This could really change your life. There she goes. She's off. This
off.
could change your life. And over 50,000 of these have been ordered in the past. This is what I put on my Facebook page today, and I want to go through your colors. This one right here is the bronze, and we have whole sizes only, and we're going to explain how the sizes work right after we go through
So
the colors.
half ladies go down.
that's right.
Yes. So here's the bronze, and I want to
Right, all
hold the
sizes.
gold next to the bronze so you see the difference. So bronze and gold.
Okay, that's
That's it.
good, because we know our metallics are important.
Yes, they are. Then
Okay.
we have the pewter, so another metallic. Following that, we have our fuchsia.
All sizes except for 12.
Then we have navy.
All sizes. Love the navy.
That
That's
has a nice
great.
little pop
with
of
the
Beautiful
patent.
navy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we have the black, also with the patent.
Must have. Size 9 is sold out. Everything else, fair game.
And the other two are also with the
Look
patent
how
with the
pretty.
turquoise and the purple.
And they're great colours. And I love that pattern finish on it as well. And the fact too that the difference between the Tide 1 and the Tide 2, that's a few questions that often come up. The only difference between it is that little strip there is leather as
Yep.
opposed to synthetic on the Tide on the original
But it's
Tide.
the same bottom that everyone loves.
Exactly the same footbed. So exactly the same underfoot feel that you've come to know and love. The only difference is that's now leather as opposed to being a synthetic. So
Right.
and that's
Purple is
really
most
as
limited.
that was actually as a result of a lot of feedback that we had to say we want to see
Okay.
more leather, more leather in your
Right,
range.
right.
So we've really just
Sure.
added the leather to it.
Okay, so just like Pat was mentioning about the sizing, if we're a half size, what do?
We recommend you size down. So an 8.5 goes down to an 8, 7.5 down to a 7. If you're on the whole size, that'll be fine for you. And the Tide is really best suited for a medium to a slightly wider foot type. So if you've got a narrower foot type, this probably won't be the style for you. There's about 1,000 others in
Yeah,
the range
go
that'll be
to
fine for you.
QVC.com, you'll be good.
But yeah, the Tide's best suited for a medium to a
Okay.
wider foot type.
And so let's talk about why an orthotic is important in any shoe, but especially a flip-flop.
Well, really, the human body, we weren't designed to walk on hard, flat, unnatural surfaces. We were designed to walk on soft surfaces like sand and soil and grass where the ground will come up to meet the foot. When we walk on the hard, flat, unnatural surfaces, what's going to happen? There's no support underneath the foot, so that foot's going to roll over to try and meet the ground. And that's what we know as overpronation or excess pronation. We've got that great demo to have a look at a little bit later, just to show, really how much your foot will actually roll over to try and meet the ground. And, where the foot goes, the rest of the body's going to follow. So it's like the foundations of a house. A good house needs a good foundation. It's exactly the same with the body, because where the foot goes, the rest of the body's going to follow.
Right.
Well, shall we go over there?
Yes.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
love to.
following,
Yeah,
black
sure.
and pewter, most popular. Important to remember to buy early in the season so that we can get you as many colors as possible, and your size will be there.
That was funny. We had two ladies with the fashions over here, and they went, whoa, and they got that race.
The girls were just sitting down on the couch, taking it easy, waiting for their coffee.
That was awesome. Wish you could have seen that at home. That was great. Okay, so if you're watching for the first time, I mean, if you've seen this before, you know exactly what we're going to do. But if you haven't, you're like, why on earth do we have a girl here
It
with
still
eyeliner
amazes
on her
me.
leg? Like, what does this mean?
Exactly right, and Stacey's always a great sport. She's a straw in her leg, and it will just highlight the difference that this podiatrist design technology makes with the Vionic with Orthaheel. So we have Stacey here on this hard, flat, unnatural surface, and as I said earlier, the human body, we weren't designed to walk on these types of surfaces, and what's going to happen is the foot's going to roll over to try and meet the ground, and that's what's really creating this misalignment here, or that overpronation. And when that foot's rolling over to try and meet the ground, that's going to cause that misalignment with the rest of the body. Now, where the foot should be is that position there. Now, that's my hand supporting Stacey Ann's foot, but now you can see how nice and straight that line is. But when I take that support away, straight away that arch is collapsing down. Now, let's just go to the Pat's $5 special here as well. Let's put Stacey Ann straight into that. Look at that. There's no difference there whatsoever with Stacey Ann being on. It's really painful to look at, isn't it? But there's really no difference there between Stacey Ann being in that sort of that flat flip flop and being on that hard flat surface. But watch the difference in this line. As soon as we put Stacey Ann into the tide too with that podiatrist design technology underneath the foot. You've got that beautiful alignment straight away.
Right.
What a big difference that's made, and it's happened straight away. And even, I'm just going to turn you to the side here, Stacey Ann. And there you can see that line that we've drawn along Stacey Ann's arch, how nice and curved that is. Let's put it on the hard, flat surface. Watch what happens to the line. It just really flattens out. And look how close it is to the ground there. And
Right.
again, we'll just pop it back in there. And there
Wow.
you can really see that difference. Again, a really dramatic difference. So now instead of Stacey Ann's foot rolling over to try and meet the ground's now coming up to meet the foot.
Best part of spring and summer? Vionic with Orthaheel. We get
me
to wear
about it.
our flip-flops and our sandals and all the beautiful things they have. This is what it looks like from the back.
That's right, and that's a really great rear view of what we just had a look at. So on the left-hand side, that foot's rolling over to try and meet the ground. On the right-hand side, you've got that beautiful alignment there with that Orthaheel technology underneath the foot.
And you know, you have the opportunity to pick this up on those 3 easy payments of under $22 a month. Your shipping and handling is included, like it is with just about everything from the Vionic with Orthaheel brand. And you know what, Pat? I mean,
There's the girls, they're back.
They're back. They're back exactly in the same positions they were in earlier. They never left. And they look great. They're wearing some of the CB by Cheryl Burke. That's what Anne has on. And then, you know, jeans and a cardigan. I mean, I bring a lot of fancy shoes to come and wear on the air, but I live in Vionic with Orthaheel at any other time.
We
and
all
even
have
if
them in our cubbies.
Yes.
So the minute
Yeah,
we
that's
get off
right.
the air,
Or
we
walk
change
around in
into
them.
them.
or I actually
Absolutely.
put the Orthotic like in my boots if I don't have, you know, boots or something from Orthaheel.
Exactly right, and even looking at that with Anne there in the Cheryl Burke range there, it's the Orthaheel technology is a really great recovery sandal as well. So if you've been at the gym and working out and that sort of thing, great to slip on and
Yeah,
afterwards.
jeans have that about tennis,
just
yeah.
as a recovery, yeah.
Rely on
absolutely.
everything, yeah.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
and today's a really great day to be able to try it because before you know it, I mean, I know you're like, it's February, but guess what? Now you can pay it off. You can get it home for $21 and change. Let your feet have fun. Many of us will wear these around the house because it feels better than being barefoot.
Yeah, when I
Exactly right.
spend an hour like in the kitchen making food and I'm on the hardwood floor and then I say to myself when I'm done, why do I feel so achy? Sometimes I just reach for these to be, or I will go upstairs and get my slippers to make sure that I have that technology under my feet because it makes that much of a difference. I thought I was that person who could never wear flip-flops.
Yeah.
All my friends did. I
Yes.
couldn't do it. We went to the amusement parks, we were on the water rides, and I was the only dork wearing sneakers and socks.
Yeah.
Because I really was. And they
so
were
hard
all
on yourself. You're not a-
No, I
not
was
a
always
dork.
so mad about that. Like, why does everybody else get to wear this cool
That was
stuff?
a
and I get to
therapy
wear this
moment.
cool stuff? It was a total therapy moment because I didn't fit in. But now, if I had had this when I was a teenager, I would have been
It
so
would have been
excited.
so much cooler.
Well, because I have the custom-made ones, really expensive ones from the podiatrist, and I just really always felt like I had to wear certain shoes
Yeah.
all year long.
Yeah.
This was freedom for me. The instant I got my first pair out of the box, it was instant freedom.
And it's amazing as well because these colours that they're bringing in now are really, really fashionable. And I've heard so many stories of mum buying a pair, then the daughter tries them on, borrows them, and they tend to grow legs
they
and walk,
never
and mum has to
have
get
them.
another pair.
Family.
So
Yeah.
because they really do, they're ageless because we're really bringing out these great fashion colours, and
Yeah.
it's a great basic flip flop.
So I'll go over the
Absolutely.
colors again, and
Must
maybe
have.
we'll have time to go to the phone.
Okay.
So we have 3 metallics, and they actually go back to sort of the satiny
that
finish.
pearlized matte finish,
The
yeah.
pearlized finish,
Yeah.
so that's the bronze, the gold, here's the pewter. These are your 3 metallic finishes. Then everything else goes back to more of a shiny patent, which would be the the fuchsia, then the navy next to the black. There is that purple
Very limited.
and the turquoise.
And the turquoise. Yep.
And
That's
it's
it.
back to the
And we're back
pewter
to that.
That's
there at the
right.
end.
All right. Patricia is with us. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. You're on the air with Liam and the Fashionably
Hi.
Early Girls. How are you?
Hi.
I'm fine, thank you. How are
G'day,
you?
Patricia. Great, thank you.
So Patricia, what do you think about Vionic with the Orthaheel technology?
I have a lot of them. I have a lot of the regular shoes. I bought about 5 pairs of those. I have the slipper that has the Velcro with, I bought those. That was the first pair I bought, and I really
Yeah.
liked them.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And so they help my back. I have a bad back, and they do help me some. So I thought, well, you might as well get good shoes if you're going to wear them.
Yes.
Absolutely right. And did you find that sort of that footbed really made a difference for you, Patricia?
Yes, I do feel a big difference. Because when you have a bad back, you walk offside,
I
how
hear
that
you.
is,
Yeah,
and it
absolutely.
does help to straighten
Yeah.
up.
totally agree. And tell me, Patricia, when you first got them as well, did you find that there was any sort of wear-in period for you? Did you have to wear them for a few days to get used to them, or were they comfortable straight away?
When I first got the first pair of the you know, the slipper that, you know, has the Velcro over.
Yeah.
It didn't take long though. I didn't feel it took long to get used to them.
Fantastic. And it's what we like to recommend as well. If you've not worn the Orthaheel styles before, the Vionic with Orthaheel styles, I should say, just ease yourself into it. Wear them for a half hour to an hour for the first few days of getting them home, just to get your foot used to being into it. But once you get used to it, it's really hard to go back to anything else. Isn't that right, Patricia?
That is right. And I do, I mean, and you know, I run a restaurant, a country club restaurant, and I'm on my feet a lot. I mean, sometimes from 6 in the morning till 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Oh, bless you. Yeah.
Wow.
That's tough.
Well, this is for when you want to let your little piggies out to play.
That's right, yes.
That's right. And we're thinking positively towards summer.
Yes.
Right. I hope it soon gets here because it's miserable.
You and me both.
That's right. Well, Patricia, thank
Lovely
you
to
very
meet you,
much.
Patricia.
Thank you very much.
Good
Thanks
luck
for
at your
sharing.
restaurant.
Thanks, Patricia.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So if I'm a half size, go
Size
down.
down, that's right,
All right.
yeah.
Now, only if I'm a half size. Talk to me just very quickly because, you know, you had that trauma with having not to be able to wear those flip-flops.
Yes.
I could never wear a thong before I met Vionic with Orthaheel because it would pull and give me a blister.
That's right. So yeah, what we've actually done is put a really nice soft toe post on there for that very reason. So if you're quite sensitive between the toes, and a lot of sandals or flip-flops will tend to pinch, especially if it's that rubber or hard plastic between the toes. But this is a really nice soft fabric. There's no stitching there whatsoever. So as soon as you slip your foot in there, what you're going to feel is that instant feeling of comfort and that instant feeling of support underneath the foot. And they look great as well.
They really do look great. So they're trimmed in the leather.
I'll give you that one.
Just before we do colors one more time, may I ask the APMA, what's that all about?
Absolutely. The APMA, the American Podiatric Medical Association, I stumbled over that one. Yeah, we've got their seal on most of the Vionic products that we have here at QVC, and the APMA will only put their seal on products that promote good foot health. So we're very, very proud to have that seal on most of the Vionic products we have here at QVC.
Huge deal.
So not only are you getting podiatrist design technology, but podiatrist recommended technology as well. And it's pretty rare that a podiatrist will recommend wearing a flip-flop because a lot of them have no support whatsoever.
I
Are you bringing a little
brought
mate
the
out?
friends.
Yeah, excellent. The little skeletal foot.
The little foot. Tell us about the foot.
Sorry, skeletal
That's okay. You can say skeletal.
Okay, so let's just put this on the hard, flat surface, and this is a really great way to demonstrate the difference that the Orthaheel technology makes again. So this is obviously just a model foot. It's just here for demonstration purposes. It's not a real foot or anything like that. But watch what happens on the hard, flat surface when I put some pressure on it. You can just see how it's really flattening out there. Let me put it underneath with that podiatrist design, that Orthaheel technology. And again, you see a little bit of movement there, but it's not collapsing
Not the way it was
anywhere near
before.
as much with that podiatrist design technology underneath the foot.
So your three metallic colors, the deepest is the bronze, the lightest is the gold. So bronze, gold, pewter. And then all of our colors that go back to the patent leather are down here. So we have the fuchsia, navy, black, purple, and turquoise. It's a 255-895, shipping and handling included. I know that I think at least 700 of these are gone this morning. So thank you, Liam.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
ladies.
Liam.
Great to see you. Thanks
Always
very much
good
for
to
having
see
me.
you too. Thank you. That means summer is somewhere along the
It's
way.
coming.
does.
It's coming.
It does.
All right, so let's remind you about the today's special value. And Sharon, you and I have some more
Yes.
responses. Oh, Liam, if you won the lottery, what would you buy?
Everything.
First thing. The first thing.
All right, where would you start with that buying everything? That was good, an honest answer. All right, hopefully we'll include the today's special value. Over 6,000 of you have ordered yours since midnight. Most of you going right on auto delivery. That way you could lock into the easy pay. That is the luxury size, cult following, customer choice beauty award.